Hello Scouts! Welcome to Customania! In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a miniature space shuttle room from the game Among Us. This is a very simple project requiring just a few pieces of cardboard, colored paper and a polymer clay. As for the miniature, it shows us an imposter who has slaughtered almost all crewmen. And he tries to kill the last one, pretending to be his friend. I've tried to show the situation from different angles. On the one hand, we can see just two friends who are carelessly looking for the porthole. But on the other hand, we can see a completely different situation. The imposter have prepared a present for the last crewman. So, let's get started. I start with cutting out 4 pieces of cardboard. 2 of them should be 15 by 5 cm rectangle. And the other 2 should be 5 by 5 cm square. These will be 2 side walls and 1 wall with a porthole. Don't forget to cut out squares in the centers of both small pieces for a window. I can't even explain why did my comrade cut out the squares in such weird way. Yeah, I can't. Then take the colored paper and glue it to the floor, side walls, and walls with windows. Use brushes with a salt bristle. They are ideal for gluing on paper. I make 2 cross cuts inside the square and glue the excess paper to the internal side of the wall. Check on if everything is perfect. Yeah, probably. Repeat all the same steps to make the second part of the window. Move on to the glazing. Grab a plastic bottle and sit on it. Oh, wait a second, this is the wrong script. Grab a plastic bottle and cut out 1 piece 5 by 5 cm square. Trim off the edges. Clamp and glue it between 2 walls with windows. Just like a sandwich. Cut out and glue a piece of grey paper that's 15 cm length by 2 cm wide. Cut several strips at 2 mm marks in order to create metal sheets texture. Divide a rectangle into 3 sections and cut out all the parts to make a floor slabs. Take a pencil and draw a texture. Glue it to the floor. Cut out yellow and red strips. Glue them to the wall and trim any excess paper away with a utility knife. Glue the wall and the floor together using a super glue. The last step in making the room will be lamps creating. Take the polymer clay, warm it up and sculpt the lamps. Add some small details by using a serrage without a needle and a craft knife. Move on to the fuse box creation. Take a small piece of clay and roll it down to make it flat. Cut out a rectangle and add some details. Now place all the pieces in the oven for 7 minutes. This part is optional, but sand all the pieces. Make sure they are as smooth as possible. Paint the lamps and glue them to the wall. Paint all uncovered edges. And at last, glue the window to the whole structure. Voila! The room is done! Move on to the next stage. Let's make astronauts. Take a polymer clay, roll a long rope of it, and sculpt 4 similar astronauts' bodies. Classes of spacesuits and backpacks I sculpted separately, because it is easier to send them after the baking. I've made 1 line crewman, just because we need a variety of characters. Sculpt a fuse box, a lever, and a bone. Cut 1 astronaut's body in 2 parts. Let's proceed to the next step. We will make 2 knives. One of the characters gets stabbed right in his stomach, and the other one is an imposter, so he is holding a knife behind his back. To make knives, we prepare a thin sheet of wood. I've made it by 2 glued and sanded toothpicks. Wrap it using a piece of paper. Then cut 2 blades. One of them can be sloppy, but as for the other one, do it more gently. Sculpt a hand holding a knife. All the parts are done. Place the pieces in the oven for 10 minutes. Don't forget about the sanding. Then glue all the small pieces to the astronauts' bodies. Degrease all the sanded pieces. And we are finally ready to paint crewmen. I use green, orange, blue, and red acrylic paints for the astronauts. It took about 3 layers to become opaque. Paint glasses of spacesuits, backpacks, and fuse box. Make a small hole in the crewman's head. Glue a lever right to this place. Glue the head to the fuse box. And glue this construction to the sidewall. Glue the remaining parts to the floor. And don't forget to glue the bone to the lower part of the astronaut. Glue the hand with a knife to imposter's back. And glue the astronauts to the floor. Well, it was the final word glue. I swear. The final part of this miniature is painting bloody footprints. I go in with some scarlet and add it to the floor in crewman's bodies. That's it. I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. And make sure to subscribe for more crafts. I'll see you next time. Bye!